Hello everybody, it's Megalithic here, otherwise known as Puglo Escobar, or at this time of year, Santa Paws. And today I'm here with my good friend Mr. Raccoon. Yes, hello Mr. Raccoon, how are you doing? Yes. And we're going to take a look at buying the latest vehicle released by Rockstar, you know. So we're going to undertake a specific prep mission, ladies and gentlemen, and complete a casino heist, ladies and gentlemen, in order to get the discount on this vehicle, you know. Okay, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We've got to go on down to the LSPD impound or whatever the hell it is, you know, go on, sneak on inside as best we can, and go and see if we can locate the vehicle in question that we wish to attain, you know, wish to acquire. Okay, and there we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Zhaba, the Rune Zhaba, or the Zhaba or Zaba or whatever it's called, you know, something along those lines. Strangely spelled name, you know. And like I say, ladies and gentlemen, if you do wish to get the trade price on this particular vehicle, you know, you really do have to undertake the prep mission in the casino heist, and then go ahead and complete the heist, you know. Okay, but there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've gone and got the thing. We complete the heist, and then I head on over to my Maze Bank offices, don't you know. Okay, now I must warn you, ladies and gentlemen, don't speak to my secretary. She's a wretched woman, poisoned the water at the duck pond, you know. I mean, it was my idea, but it was her that went ahead and did it. Anyway, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We're in my office, you know. We're going to go walk over to the computer, and we're going to go ahead and purchase this Rune Zhaba, or Zhaba, or I'm not entirely certain how you're supposed to pronounce it, you know. Zhaba or Zhaba, something like that. Okay, well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Rune Zhaba can be found under the stock cash and carry on this occasion. Like I say, it does come with two prices. It's either 2.4 million or 1.8 if you get the trade price on it. And I think, yes, I'm going to go and get that trade price there. So there we go, jolly good. Okay, now stepping outside, ladies and gentlemen, it turns out my good friend Mr. Raccoon is there waiting for me, don't you know? Say hello, Mr. Raccoon, if you'd be so kind to drive us up. He generally is the more proficient driver of us, out of the two of us, generally speaking. Yes, okay, but there we go. Right, okay, thank you, Mr. Raccoon. Yes, we get on down to the Hillcrest residence, ladies and gentlemen. I head on inside, and there we go, ladies and gentlemen. What, oh my God, what a gopping mess this vehicle is. I mean, Jesus Christ, just look at it. I mean, the tires are as tall as me, aren't they? Let's be quite frank about these things, or at least nearly. I mean, it's got absolutely no styling whatsoever. It looks, as Mr. Raccoon says, it looks like it's been squashed up by accident, you know, and it really does. I mean, it looks absolutely hideous, you know. No sort of curves to it, just a hideous, beastly box, you know. Anyway, we'll hop on inside and then see what's going on. We'll just do a quick word around, then take it out onto the street and see how she handles, you know. Okie dokie, right here, and there we go, taking her outside, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go, Mr. Raccoon hops on inside, you know, but he decides to drag me out, the thieving swine. Stop that, you wretched raccoon. What the bloody hell do you think you're doing? And he tries to make a getaway. Here's the police after him, and justice is served when he's shot dead. Yes, that'll teach you, swine. Okay, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, I'll hop on inside. I'm waiting for Mr. Raccoon to get inside. Now we actually do have some police after us, don't you? So we'll sort of give a test of this vehicle's sort of armored capability to some extent, you know. Okie dokie, we've got 3 stars and all that. It's very exciting. We're going to take it on down through the Vinewood Hills here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so what do we think? First things first, I hate the wretched thing, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's got the most peculiar steering I've ever experienced on GTA, you know. Sort of like there's a central pole going through it, you know, and it just sort of pivots on that, you know. Mr. Raccoon says it's like the Diggle, though I've got to be honest, I've never actually driven. And there we go, Mr. Raccoon going absolutely apeshit crazy out the back of the vehicle there. Okie dokie, and now he's got a laser gun, how about that? Anyway, so yeah, it's like I say, what do we say? Okay, in terms of acceleration, ladies and gentlemen, no, doesn't have any. Top end speed, no, doesn't count, it's just crawling along. Handling, ladies and gentlemen, far too much of it, you know. So yes, that's about all I can say, you know. It's absolutely shockingly slow, absolutely shockingly hideous to accelerate, and it just sort of spins around on the spot, you know. It's absolutely, whoops, Daisy right, obviously got a vehicle there, didn't he? Well, he's doing a jolly good job. Well done, Mr. Raccoon. He's obviously throwing sticky bombs around. Okay, so you can see this about as fast as we're going to go, ladies and gentlemen, in this particular vehicle, and now I'm spinning out, and that really is rather embarrassing. Yeah, so there we go. Boom, whoops, there we go. How about that, Mr. Raccoon? Yeah, it's very jolly good, you know. Boom goes the policeman, you know. Okay, so yes, what we now got 4 stars after Australia. It really is sort of drawing rather a lot of attention to us now, isn't he? There we go. Well, we're supposed to get this back to Maze Bank offices as soon as possible. So yes, what can we say, ladies and gentlemen? Well, this is absolutely hideous. Absolutely load the vehicle, and we're going to take it back on to. This should point out, of course, ladies and gentlemen, this is the unmodified version. We're going to take it back on to the Maze Bank offices very shortly. We'll perform the necessary modifications to this vehicle, and then we'll take it back on outside and see if the sort of handling or the speed has been improved by the upgrades that we apply. Okay, there we go, sort of sliding around the corner, aren't we? Okay, sort of losing it as well, quite frankly. Okay, like I said, I mean, this is taking rather a long time. We're normally well done with the standard lap by this point, ladies and gentlemen, and very little else to say other than do not buy this vehicle, for God's sake. It really is absolutely shocking. I'm not going to wait until the end of the video to say, no, this really is, I'm not bored, I'll just say it now. This is absolutely hideous, in my opinion. Okay, well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, we're back at the Maze Bank offices, and we're going to go on inside here. Mr. Raccoon has decided to join me on this occasion, I do believe, and he restrains himself from getting out and dancing, which really is rather a rotten shame. Okay, well, here we go. We're going through we're going at double speed, ladies and gentlemen, as we always do during this stage of the video, in order to hurry things along somewhat. We don't really want to be sat in this custom auto shop for too long now, do we? Okay, I'm going to give you a chance to have a look at some of the more sort of performance-related upgrades that can be applied to this vehicle in terms of turbo transmission and engine upgrades and such forth, and we'll also give you a chance to have a look at the more aesthetic modifications that could also be sort of affected to your vehicle. You're getting a chance to look at that right now. You've got sort of front bumpers, rear bumpers, different exhausts, then we got these fenders, as they refer to them as, sort of attachments to the front and whatnot, Okay, so yes, what do we think? First impressions, ladies and gentlemen, well, loathed it as soon as we stole it from the police impound, had to drive it back, having to use it in the heist, shockingly awful, ladies and gentlemen. Took forever to lose the police, and I mean forever, well, not literally, of course, figuratively speaking, and yes, I mean, it really was very slow, and the police are just sort of cruising alongside you, looking at you, sort of perplexed, really. It's rather embarrassing, to be quite frank with you, but yes, there we go. So yes, absolutely underperforming. This is supposed to be some kind of heavy armored vehicle, but it has absolutely no firepower that I'm aware of, so it's sort of like an insurgent without the gun, and much slower. Okay, so yes, all round absolutely hideous, but we'll give you a chance to, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we'll go through the colours now, which does of course mean we're coming to the end of this particular section of the video, thank the Lord, and we will be leaving the custom auto shop presently. Okay, there we go. I think we're about done. Crew colours, as Mr. Raccoon points out, he preempted what I was going to do and said that's what I always do, and so I shall have to try to teach him some manners later, if I get a chance. Okay, there we go. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's upgraded, across the board, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of aesthetics and performance modifications, and we're going to take it on the standard lap, and my God, this is absolutely hideous. I mean, really, what were Rockstar thinking with this particular vehicle? It has to be sort of one of the most wretched vehicles I've ever released on this game. Got Dom calling me, and I really don't wish to speak to that gentleman. Away you go, Dom. And now we've got English Dave speaking to us. Oh, goodness sake. Don't want to speak to this gentleman either. Yeah, so what can we say, ladies and gentlemen? Like I say, I mean, it's the worst thing Rockstar released by a long shot for a long time. It's absolutely hideous. It goes very, very slowly. Its handling is very peculiar. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it can't even ram cars, It doesn't drive over them or anything like you might expect with something like the Marshall off-roader, No, it just simply sort of loses control. I mean, it's just a hideous box on wheels, on giant wheels. I mean, it's absolutely wretched looking as well, isn't it? I mean, it's got absolutely no stylistic elements. I can't envisage a single scenario where with this vehicle may be of use, not on any heist or any mission that I can think of. The only possible function I can think of it serving would be to transport you and some friends very slowly across a very active map, Probably would provide you with a little sort of defense against griefers, but generally speaking, ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute waste of money. Oh, sorry, hell, right, okay, got run over by an NPC, bloody hell. Right, okay, well, we're going to let Mr. Raccoon take a lap here, ladies and gentlemen, and then we're going to take it on up to the sandy shores and do some test laps with it. And Mr. Raccoon gets his paws behind the wheel, and he does not go on the standard lap. What on earth is he doing, I say, where on earth are you going, Mr. Raccoon? and then it becomes quite evident what he's up to. And it'll give us a chance, ladies and gentlemen, to have a look at the sort of water-based benefits of this vehicle. And whoops, it is okay, he gets it stuck, and rather than trying to get it out, he simply goes ahead and kills himself. Yes, well done, Mr. Raccoon, taking responsibility for your work as always. Right, okay, well there we go, we're going to bounce it out. Now here's an interesting point, ladies and gentlemen. If you throw it into the water without anyone in there, yes, it does actually float anyway. Okay, there we go. Now the next question is, if you're out of the vehicle, can you get into it while it's in the water, ladies and gentlemen? The answer to that is yes, you can. And I'm in the back. Haha, peekaboo and all that sort of business, you know. Right, okay, but strangely enough, ladies and gentlemen, I can only get in the back. This is my vehicle, you know. It does take Mr. Raccoon, who was driving it, you know, before it went into the water, to hop on into the driver's seat there, and he's going to take us to land. And I'm going to call in a buzzard, I do believe, you know, or at least we're going to take a buzz up to Sandy Shores, because I'd be damned if we're driving this thing up there. It'll take all sodden night, don't you know. Okay, well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We're pulling onto the beach. It's very, very slow. Okay, right, here we go. And calling in that bus as we can take up to Sandy Shores, and Mr. Raccoon spots a pedestrian, and yes, he really is quite psychotic, you know. And there we go. I say, helicopter's over there, Mr. Raccoon. He says, I see it, and then he goes for that pedestrian again, doesn't he? Because he's psychotic. Absolute psychopath. Right, okay, well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's our buzzer. We're going to head on up to Sandy Shores, and as we do, we get trolled by a creeper, and there we go, flying all the way down a mountainside, burning in flames. How nice. Okay, there we go. Right, okay, there's a vehicle. Got to get to Sandy Shore somehow, and right, okay, sacrifice myself, and Mr. Raccoon's just there in time, and perfect timing, Mr. Raccoon, jolly good. Mr. Raccoon decides he wants to put this car up against the Zahaba, and so he does his best to absolutely trash the vehicle, you know. And he sort of just bounces it around as best he can, really, you know, and then when we get to the airfield, he shoots his tires out. Okay, well, there's that Zahaba in the background, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to put it up against this absolutely ruined Buffalo. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the one victory you're going to see all night long. Okay, so this is the Zahaba versus a Buffalo that's been absolutely destroyed by Mr. Raccoon, and as you can see, it's going to beat it. And I should point out, ladies and gentlemen, that is Mr. Raccoon driving the other vehicle, and all the other vehicles we'll be putting this up against. His name's the Bromby, you know. He has a channel of his own. It's called the Bromby. If you go and type that into YouTube, you should be able to find some of his videos, and when you go and check those out, they really are rather amusing, you know. Okay, so yes, not much to say about this vehicle, ladies and gentlemen. It can't, or it's rather, it is faster than the Kanjali, you know. On land, it is obviously on land, you know. It is faster than it's not faster, I should say, than the APC on land, or in the water. In fact, yes, the APC is faster on land and in the water. This vehicle really is going to lose. It seems intent on losing to absolutely everything out there on the game, as we will see rather shortly. Okay, so it's an armoured vehicle, ladies and gentlemen, and what other armoured vehicles are there out there? Well, we've got the standard issue Insurgent pickup, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is the Pegasus version, don't you know? This is not the customized version, ladies and gentlemen. It's not been modified in any way. And as you can see, yes, there we go. It's absolutely disappearing into the distance. Now we were going to pull out a couple more other vehicles, you know, and put it up against sort of different things. And then when we saw this, we thought, what's the sodding point? You know, this vehicle's absolutely wretched. If people haven't got the point by 13 minutes into this, don't buy this vehicle, for God's sake. It's absolutely hideous, you know, absolutely wretched. Like I say, there is, as far as I'm concerned, no real purpose for it. It's not armed, you know. You can't shoot back at anyone. All you can do is travel very slowly and eventually get blown up, you know. Okay, well, here we go. So we're heading on down the line, and the insurgents long past it, and so yes, well, like I say, we've given up on the notion of right, okay, getting calls from LJT now. Yeah, sorry, good LJT. Right, anyway, so we decided, ladies and gentlemen, let's just move on to the final masquerade, and I'm not entirely certain, but I think the GTO may just be in front of me there. Yes, just by a hair's breadth, you know. And what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is see. We've seen before if the GTO can lap the vehicles, you know, it can actually lap the bus, and so we're going to see can the GTO lap the Zahaba. Okay, and there we go. I'm going to look at it. It really is absolutely hideous and ugly and all that sort of thing. Okay, getting to the top corner there, ladies and gentlemen, and it does appear that, yes, I don't fancy his chances on this one, you know. Right, I'm going down the back there, and he's only Yes, he's only just starting up on the first straight again. Yeah, so I don't think he's gonna be able to catch me there, you see. Okay, so yes, there we go. So that should be pointed out, of course, that it's already done one lap, of course, the GTO. Right, okay, well there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're bringing it back on down. We'll bring it towards the end of the video, don't you know? Like I say, absolutely hideous vehicle, this. You know, and hold on a minute, how close is the GTO for that matter? Right, okay, there he is. Well, how about that, ladies and gentlemen? Certainly nearly did get him, didn't he? Okay, so there's just one more question, ladies and gentlemen. How armored is the this vehicle, you know? Mr. Aku starts with some lasers. I say, please don't, Mr. Aku, please be kind enough to shoot me with some rockets, you know, gives a better count there. And he's kind enough to oblige, so that's number 1 now, isn't it? Okay, let's count these up as they go, and that's number 2. Okay then, how we're going to survive so far. We takes our 3rd hit, and so it's not too bad in terms of armor, and that's number 4. Okay, I'm on my roof though, aren't I? And that's number 5. Don't like to be on the roof too much, to be honest, and that's number 6. Okay, we're back on our wheels now, that's number 7. Okie dokie, right, I've had enough of this. I'm going to go and squash, that's number 8, and squash, ha ha ha, take that, Mr. Raccoon. Right, okie dokie. Right, okay, well, so what's that, 8 so far, is it? And here we go, I think we'll carry on, that's number 9. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, 9 rockets, and it is still alive, don't you know, rolling back forward. Okay, the front of it's on fire, don't you know? And so what do we think of this hammer, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it can take some damage, you know, you can gotta say that for it, but other than that, absolutely hideous. Should you purchase it? No, you certainly should not, and bloody hell, okay. Right, what was that, 9 or 10? I can't remember now. Okay, I think that was 10, wasn't it? Right, okay, so that's 10 rockets is taken, and that's 11, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see, the right, okay, and a Titan blew up next to us, and it's still active, and it's still going. Now, as it does turn out, ladies and gentlemen, those flames in the back there do indicate that things are about to blow up, don't you know? But it's taken sort of 10 rockets, I'm sure you'll agree, to do that. Okay, so this really is rather a tough old bird, but is it worth buying? No. Anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed this, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for watching.